Europe is trying to figure out what it's going to do with nearly 3 million tonnes of plastic waste. The EU exports 40% of its plastic waste to China, but those shipments will be banned by Beijing starting in January 2018. CGTN's Jack Parrock reports now from a recycling sorting centre in Belgium.
A circular economy. The concept is to reuse materials like plastics to prevent them leaving the cycle, to waste as little as possible. Building a circular economy is one of the EU's flagship plans, but up until now nearly 3 million tonnes of low-grade plastics per year have been exported to China for processing. But Beijing's banning that from January the 1st, 2018.
The Chinese government, it's basically they're increasing their own domestic consumption of plastic and production of plastic waste, and I think they need to deal with their own domestic plastic waste rather than importing huge amounts from other countries.
The plastics being sorted at this centre in Belgium are mostly high-grade and processed in Europe. The ban from China is on low-grade exports. In Western Europe, consumption of plastic stands at around 100 kilograms per person per year, compared to around 20 kilograms in Asian countries. And only 30% of all plastics in Europe are collected for recycling.
Plastics from recycling sorting centres like this one across the European Union will inevitably have to go somewhere, and environmental campaigners want to make sure that's not into incinerators or into landfills.
The EU says it's investigating what the China ban means and will release a new strategy for plastics.
By the end of the year, Europe is going to present a plastic strategy where all the questions concerned to the recycling and to the better use of plastics will be taken into consideration, including the external aspect of the relation with other partners like China.
And while China's ban is a worry for Europe and the US, who are the main exporters of plastics, other countries who import waste are also concerned.
Now that China has closed its doors on these waste, the worry is where would this go? And a lot of Southeast Asian countries, particularly the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, would be particularly concerned that they would be the target for this waste.
Plastics campaigners want the China ban to mark a turning point for Europe, at which reducing consumption becomes the focus. But with the ban coming into force soon, the first priority for the continent might be preventing large piles of plastics from building up in Europe. Jack Parrock, CGTN, Belgium.